Good evening, and welcome back to the Black Male Community Council's Boots on the Ground, Black Man Standing. We'd like to continue our efforts in terms of introducing you to some of the great men that represent the Black Male Community Council in Philadelphia. In our first episode, it was dynamic, and we thank you for your support. But we're here today interviewing one of these steadfast members and co-founders of the Black Male Community Council. I want our audience to meet our good brother, Brother Ron.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the introduction and all. You're so gracious, brother. You're so gracious.
Well, we appreciate you and all the work that you have done, not just for the Black Male Community Council, but your scope of work in Philadelphia. In my opinion, you're another one of those unsung heroes that have been in the fabric of our communities, making a difference. And I believe that this is an opportunity to be able for people to share and to be able to see our heroes. We have to be able to create opportunities for people to see and touch the heroes in our communities.
Absolutely.
Those who don't mind sacrificing for the betterment of someone else. So Ron, I know that you got a great background in terms of the variety of different organizations that you work with, and I know that you have a long history of you are a carpenter by trade. You have children and family, and I'd just like you to be able to talk a little bit about Ron.
Right.
And who you are, and what is your experience as a black man or African born in America? What does that mean?
Yes, indeed, brother. Well, thank you very much, man. Personally, I feel I've been blessed just to have all the experiences that I've had, to meet all the beautiful people that I've met, had the opportunity to travel the world, brother. You know what I mean? Which was so important, because we get locked in our little neighborhoods and we don't realize how big the world is. And that helps us realize our place in the world and the things that we should be doing, just to enhance ourselves, to increase our knowledge, and be able to be a credit to our communities, be involved in the struggle, and know what the struggle is. Know that there is a struggle, that there's a role for us to play, that we just can't get caught up in the system says that I need to go to school, get a job, get a marriage, and get a car and a mortgage. There's so much more to life, brother, than they would have us believe. Really, it's just unbelievable, But I saw it at a very young, fortunately at a very young age. At a very young age, I saw the difference. Because, I had a mother and a father. I had a father at home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there was only, I could only get so loose. I could only get so crazy, you know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, it made all the difference in the world to me, brother. You know what I mean? Because he was a perfect example of, of what a man is. He taught me, the importance of hard work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To be able to persevere, you know what I mean? At first you don't succeed, you don't stop.
Right, that's right.
You don't stop. You know what I mean? You just keep working hard, you just keep pressing ahead. And I saw it with my father, back in the day, he had one of the good government jobs. He worked for the post office.
Okay.
He worked for the post office, brother, you know what I mean? And that which enabled us to move from the small neighborhood we're into a better neighborhood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which was to me, it was invaluable, because I was so used to my little neighborhood on Wanamaker Street around 58th, 59th and Master. Then I moved to Cobbs Creek, see trees, man, and open air, and
wow.
The park was down
okay,
the street.
Okay.
Hey, brother, I was in the hot cotton, brother. I was in the hot cotton at that point, brother, you know what I mean? But, no, man, the life that's been given to me, because it's a gift, man, and I thank the Creator for the opportunity just to be here on this planet. So just trying to make the most of it, Kofi.
I hear you, beloved.
Trying to make the most of it, man, because, for a lot of us, you come out of school, high school, for most friends, people that I knew, you're going to college.
I hear you.
Yeah, you're going to college.
Mm-hmm.
But, high school, John Bartram, back in the day, I came out in 66. You talk to your counselors for to advise you, guide you to make the right choice in life.
Sure.
And these folks would tell us, well, Ron, I don't think you're college material.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, maybe you should take a trade or one of the shop classes. There's always the Army.
Wow. Right.
Get out of here, man. But, it was just amazing, because I look at some of my classmates that came out with me, and the path and the accomplishments they've had in life. One of my close brothers, one of my best friends today, Dr. Frederick Burton. They gave him the same spiel. You know what I mean? John Skeeth.
Yeah. Wow.
They gave him the same spiel, man. I mean,
they gave it to me too.
Absolutely, brother. It's just amazing, man. You know what I mean? And they said it as like as a matter of factly. I mean, you know, like there was no harm intended.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We just give you the best possible advice that we can. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Hope you'll be successful in life.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. Okay, now that I know that, man.
But at the same time, limiting your opportunities.
Right, absolutely.
Because I never forget. His name was Dr. Gillespie.
Okay.
I was at Strawberry Mansion.
Right.
I was at Strawberry Mansion.
All right.
And he looked at me and said, same thing. We don't think that you're college material.
There you go, bro. There you go.
You ever think about the trade?
Hello?
I said, trade what? So I was never about that at any rate.
Right.
But do me a favor, Ron.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you've had so many different experiences. Could you just even talk about all the different organizations that you have been worked with and have been working with? And Dr. Burton, I mean, fabulous guy, man.
Fantastic
brother,
fantastic. Man. We never knew he was that smart back in high school. It's amazing, brother. It's amazing, the people that you meet along the way. But I guess for me, Kofi, for me, man, my awareness came about like kind of coming out of high school. I mean, one musician, the Godfather soul. I'm black and I'm proud.
All right now.
Oh my goodness, man. Bing! I mean, it just said so much, brother.
Right.
It just said so much. It got us to really focus on us.
Right.
Not trying to blend in a part of the melting pot of America, man, and we're trying to get along with these people. And it wasn't even about that, brother. It was about discovering our fabulous history, man, who we were, and all we accomplished in life, man, and realizing that, we were the first people on this planet. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, when I found out who Imhotep was, I was just amazed.
Right.
I mean, this brother, man, back that far, I mean, talking about open heart surgery, man, I mean, mathematics, I mean, astrology, I mean, you name it, architecture, man, engineering, like, I never knew that in school.
But it was their history, it wasn't yours.
His story. Well, like they say, if the lion could have told the story, it'd be a totally different story.
It'd be a totally different story.
Totally different story, brother. But yeah, I guess that's where my activism really began.
Okay.
Because, early on, I graduated from Lincoln University out in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I came out in 71. But I was fortunate enough, man, to win a Ford Fellowship Foundation to be able to go to Cairo, Egypt. And I was like, I was just amazed, brother, just to be able to take that trip, go on the other side of the world, and meet so many other people, nationalities, different mindsets, things of that nature. It was kind of a tentative time because it wasn't too long after the 6-Day War. So, I went over there, but I couldn't tell people that I was from the United States. I told them I was from the Sudan. You know what I mean? And I was educated in a Catholic school. That's why I spoke English.
Right. Okay.
Hey, brother, but it was just really amazing, to see us from that perspective in another part of the world. So, that's saying that to say that, my coming back to the States and, not too long after that, I just began to gravitate, to activism.
Okay.
Being involved, trying to make a difference. Because, back in Lincoln, 60, 69, 70, I was selling pamphlet papers on campus.
Okay.
But I mean, for me, that's what it seemed to be about. Because I had to get over that indoctrination. You go to college, man, so you can move one up, man, and get that good job, man.
Sure.
Get a Porsche, man, and play golf and whatnot, man. You know what I mean? And I mean, it just didn't fit me. That wasn't my soul. That wasn't my energy. To do that. So, but it just became evident to me, man, that we had a lot of work to do.
Surely.
We had a lot of work to do, and who's going to do the work? Who's going to, everybody talk about this and talk about that, but, it's just conversation. It's just like a lot of talk. Nobody's going to actively get involved. So
then let me ask you this then, being that you said that, and as you came a part of the Black Male Community Council, did that fit that for you?
Well, brother, I tell you, I gained my first knowledge of Black Male Community Council came from, I belonged to a group with Dr. Paul Hopkins called Men's Gathering. And it was like a lot, that's almost like another family for me.
Okay.
All the brothers, all the positive energy that was involved there. And there was one brother in the group, Mike Thomas, and he was talking about this group, Black Male Community Council. I said, yeah, okay, it sounds good and all this and other thing, but there's so many different groups and different clubs and organizations, this and that. I didn't pay it too much mind, but, it kind of caught my interest because of him and no positive person that he was. So if he's attracted to this and he's recommended that I come and attend a meeting or get involved, at least, come and see what the group is about, meet some people, I said, well, all right.
Okay.
I mean, there's no harm in that. Let me come down and check this group out. I'm thinking, here's some more brothers talking about doing this and doing that, you know what I mean? And we have a good time and we get some food and we eat and whatnot. Then we go home, you know what I mean? But brother, like meeting Stan, meet the leadership and, just hearing the type of things that were discussed. And then one phrase that caught my attention really, boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. I said, okay, this is real. This is real. So subsequent meetings, I have to thank the sheriff, man, for, making our facility available for us.
Surely, in our early beginnings.
Hey, brother, in our early beginnings, brother, you know what I mean? But it just became to me that, the group was like really sincere. Those brothers who were there, they were there for the long run. It wasn't like, I'm here today, I'm not coming back tomorrow, what I mean, see y'all later. But it just seemed like it was a group that I could really get involved in, man, and be involved in. And I just saw, a path to success. I saw a group that was going to really make a difference. And that's all I would ever look for.
I hear you.
I want to be part of something that's going to really make a difference. But I mean, also, Kofi, I got 3 sons. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to set example for them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm really trying to set example for them. And for example, I used to smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? Most kids coming up, you young, you trying to impress people smoking a cigarette, but over time, a few years smoking cigarettes, I realized the changes physically that I felt. You know what I mean? And I'm smoking, and I got to the point that, I said, I felt a little self-conscious about smoking in front of my sons.
Oh, okay.
So then I started going outside, smoking a cigarette, or I'm in the bathroom with the window open, smoking a cigarette. And so I said, look, Ron, stop kidding yourself. If you stop smoking, they won't smoke.
That's right.
They're going to emulate me. Whatever they see me do, that's what they're going to do. So, I mean, think about the blessing, man. I know people, who, hey, man, have lung cancer and this and the other thing, but if it wasn't for that relationship with me and my sons and trying to make impress on them, I might have continued to smoke.
Surely.
I might have continued. So, you never know the blessings, brother. You know what I mean? You never know the blessings. But, but Black Male Community Council, man, like I said, I was impressed with the progression, how it grew. Became more focused, became more serious, reached out and touched people, especially, like I was saying, being actually physically in the community. We weren't talking about being in the community, we were in the community. And that's what it's really about.
Surely.
You know what I mean? Forming that relationship because, a lot of folks, and especially older folk, man, they want to see they want to see other people doing positive things around them. Not afraid to be in the street, not afraid to talk to to the young people and the other element.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because that's all around us, brother. You know what I mean? And that wouldn't be what it is if we had more opportunities, brother. We have so few opportunities to do things, to progress, to develop, to support a family, man, to even dream and hope to be more than we are.
No, without question. And I think your analogy of being the example, like you're an example to your sons in terms of your smoking.
Yes.
It's the same kind of attitude that we have to be able to perpetuate to our community.
Absolutely.
We have to be the example. We have to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yes, sir.
And that's, to me, that's definitely the bottom energy of boots on the ground. We talk. We just don't talk a good game. We do a good game. And I think that is really what makes the difference.
Yes, indeed, brother.
Where do you see Black Male Community Council next 5 years?
Brother, the next 5 years, I see Black Community Council, man, like being a very integral part of the community. Actually, in the community with different facilities, different programs, creating opportunities for people. like a doorway. If you have aspirations or dreams to do something, you need help. You have incarceration problems. Any problem that you might have. Black Male Community Council. Having facilities and having contacts and creating programs to help our people overcome the shortcomings that have been put in front of us. And I like I said before, brother. I just saw so much positivity in the group. And the leadership, I want to thank you also, brother, as being one of those, one of the people, man, who have helped form and create this group and put it on such a positive path. Because, I see the growth that we've had, like in the few years that I've been in the group, man, moving from one setting to another office to this great facility we're in right now.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man.
Oh, we
You got to give credit to our president and CEO, Stan. He's done a wonderful job.
Stanley Crawford, yes,
sir. The general has done a great job of being able to be steadfast.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that we need to see in our leadership in terms of being steadfast and not changeable.
Right.
For the moment.
Right.
And not going for whatever the flavor of the day is, but being one of the terms we use, consistency.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, brother. Because he's definitely focused.
Yes.
He's definitely focused. I've always gotten positivity from him, regardless of what we going through, the highs, the lows, or whatever else. He's always moving forward, brother. He's always moving forward, always moving ahead. So where else would I really want to be, Kofi?
That's a beautiful thing.
Where else would I be? Because I've been in so many different organizations over the years, brother. You know what I mean? And sometimes, man, it's really frustrating. Especially when you're really about it, and you really want to make it happen, and then this falls short, that collapses, other people just walk away from it, man, or you get the situation where like there's too many egos involved.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's a big problem, for people of color, brother. You know what I mean? Like, as they say, leave the ego at the door.
At the door.
Don't come in here with that. You know what I mean? Because that's not going to help us at all.
I used to tell my employees, be important on your own time, not on mine.
Very good. Very good, brother.
But look, man, we want to thank you, man, for taking the time out of your day, man, just to be able to share your views, share your energy and your spirit. I think some of the things that you've just said and shared with the people that are going to be looking at this or are looking at this, it was fantastic, man.
Because another thing I want to say, brother, something I learned early on, because I'm a retired union carpenter. I was on the first skyscraper, the Mellon Bank building.
Wow.
In Philadelphia.
Wow.
I've been on a nuclear power plant, the construction of those and the other skyscrapers. But the thing that impressed me so much was, man, I'm looking at a structure that started like Liberty 1, Liberty 2. We were down in the ground, like 4 or 5 stories below street level.
Wow.
Pouring foundation, caissons, man, to build on and bring this thing out of the ground. And I'm looking at what teamwork was able to accomplish.
I'm blown away right now, right?
It's amazing, brother.
I knew you had the title of a carpenter, right? I know you like one of them super carpenter people. Right? You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Because when you were speaking, what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Well, the first thing popped in my mind was the pyramids, right? Ooh. And the builders and the foundations and the psyche and the intelligence of those people that built nations, built cities. Built, that's the energy that you made me feel.
Yes.
And that's a surely sense of pride.
Well, brother, because that's what I felt with Black Male Community Council. The prospect, the possibility of what we could build as a team.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people say, oh, that's too big, it's going to be too hard. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, man.
The only difference between an idea and reality is the work.
That's it, brother. That's it, man. You just roll your sleeves up. You know what I mean? You get to work, you make the commitment, brother. So that's what it's really about been for me, brother. Like I said, I mean? I realize, and we've said it many times, man, you can't start a revolution if broke. It can't be broke. You can't be broke, start a revolution. You got to actually, have finances. You have people committed to, whatever is needed. They're there.
That's right.
They're there. I mean, because, they realize that, they're in it for the long haul, man. It's not a short-term situation. So, so, brother, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm going to continue, because I'm that kind of guy, man. I'm not just here today and going tomorrow.
That's right.
I mean, I'm here, to stand the test of time, and I think my energy is well spent with the group. You know what I mean? But, hey, Black Male Community Council and the sisters. Let me not forget the auxiliary. I got to get shout out to sisters, brother, because they're an integral part, brother.
Without question.
Hey, man, all these mega churches. If it wasn't for the women involved in the church, there'd be no mega churches.
The Black Male Female Support Team, they are fantastic.
Oh, they are, brother, without a doubt.
Man.
Without a doubt. So, you know, I'm happy to see them because they bring so much. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you got the male point of view, but when you put the male and the female point of view together, man, like, hey, brother, the energy, the ideas, man, like, hey, man, it's a beautiful thing, brother.
It's a beautiful thing.
Like you say, but it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, again, I thank you, Ron.
Hey, brother.
God bless you, man. We just gonna keep doing the damn thing.
All right, black man. Without a doubt, what else is there, man? Well, but the struggle, brother.
That's right.
But
you ain't never lied.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Well, thank you again for tuning in on Boots on the Ground.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Black Man Stand.
Thank you for having me.
Black Male Community Council.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
All right, peace and blessings.
All right, peace and love, brother. Peace and love.